Hello. Hello and welcome. Alright. So, today we'll watch some POV. Some of my POV from the tournament. Private pub. Hello. Sobel Kazan. Okay. Let's see. Anything going on? What's up, Scoot? Hello, hello. Oh, Port Tagada hosting a game. There's not many people in it. Oh, he's hosting FAF Develop, actually. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Alright, let's just go straight into it. If people are late, they can rewind. Alright, let me see. This is what we want, yes. Actually, you know what? Let's put that over there, I think. Alright, I think that makes sense. Okay. Now give me the chat. What's up? What's up, Louise? Alright, so. What's up, Dime? Damn, another... Really? God damn it. Well, I know stuff's crazy in Australia, but yeah, or has been. I didn't know about New Zealand. Yeah, you know, I might even do a Warhammer stream after this one, to be honest. That's how much I'm playing Warhammer. Watching recordings of past broadcasts is weird. I keep wanting to type in chat, yeah. Other people keep wanting the chat to go away. So alright, so yeah, Warhammer is addicting. I mean, Total War in general is addictive. Right, yeah, that's insane, Dime. That's... I mean, everyone should be able to see that that's insane. Toxic Lex, what's up? I'm good. How are you? More AoE ladder. Yeah, I haven't played AoE now in a while. No, I never tried that one, actually. Never tried Fall of the Samurai. I played some Medieval 1. Not much. Mainly I played Rome and I played Medieval 2. But I think I'm going to stick with Warhammer because it's probably the best one I've played so far. I've heard good things about the Shogun ones. I haven't seen good things about, you know, a lot of the other ones in between, say, Medieval 2. Like, Medieval 2 is quality. I think Medieval 2 and Rome were the best ones for a long time. Maybe the Warhammer ones are better, though. Now, let's check out this game. So, we are playing against Nexus, best of 3. This is the first series I played. So we actually, I like how the veto went here. We got just classic maps. We got rid of a lot of trash maps and vetoed down 2 good maps, which is nice. Also, Nexus vetoed a lot of 5x5s, which was interesting to me. I didn't really expect him to do that, but he vetoed at least 2 5x5s anyway. So I was fine with that, honestly. 5x5 is not my strongest suit. Although, you know, I don't think it's not a huge deal. So we ended up on Loki for map 1. That's the map wait, I chose Loki? Wait, did I? Yeah, I think I got the map selection, yeah. So I chose Loki, which is a map, I mean, look, I've played this map a lot, although I haven't played it recently, actually. But, I mean, you know, it's Loki. So the first engineer didn't go to the trees. The first engineer actually went forward to the 3 mexes. And then I think the next 2 NGs went to the trees. We made a tank quite early. And right now we just have a lot of resources in the bank because of that. Because that extra tank meant that we don't have... You know, in hindsight, probably better to just have an extra NG in the base than that 1 tank that's running through the middle of the map. I was looking for the expanding engineer. We will see if we can find him. This seems a little bit choppy, actually, is it? Is it choppy for you guys? Let me minimize some stuff on the other screen. So, it's going alright so far. We find a lab, actually. Unfortunately, we lost the NG, or sorry, not the NG, the scout. Losing the scout there is quite sad. And also, you know what else is sad? Trying to dodge UEF bombers. We do manage it there, though. Stream is smooth. Okay. Good. And we get rid of the bomber. And we didn't actually lose either NG. We actually just... We got the old auto dodge on the NG over here. Sorry. Oh, wait. Sorry, now we have 2 cursors. This guy here auto dodged. You see how the mech is not built? That's because just as the bomber was dropping, he arrived at the mechs, stopped to build it. The bomber leads its bomb to hit the unit, hits the mechs, kills the mechs just as it starts being built, and then the NG is like survives and moves on to build the next mech. So that's why that mechs didn't actually build, and why the NG is actually still alive. We almost threw away an inti there. I thought he might actually get a free inti kill, so we have to be careful with our air. Don't think our air use was very good in this game. We still searching for that NG, and we're getting labbed. Nexus made a lot of labs in this tournament. Like a lot. I think he might have opened with like 4 labs on this map, actually. So he's definitely playing differently to before, which is cool. Now here we should be dodging that bomber with the tanks. It's quite easy to dodge bombers with tanks, but we don't. So that's, I mean, that seems small, but it's important. So we're just trying to, you know, keep the scouts active, keep the scouts alive, see what's going on. We haven't wasted any power so far, which is very important at this level. But now we're going to hit a mass stall. Unfortunately, I think it's partly because of... Well, we're making a mechs. We're trying to finish... We should assist the mechs upgrade to get that finished. But, like, you know, we're building that factory in the bottom right. It's costing us... If we had the mechs finished now, and then we're building the factory in the bottom right with that NG, that would be a lot nicer. Also, we lost the NG going to the top 3 mechs. We lost both those tanks to bombers, which is pretty bad. But overall, things aren't going horribly, but it's not been the best opening. So we're sending most of our tanks to the bottom. The next reinforcements will go to the top. Here's some pretty dodgy air micro. This was, I mean, it sort of starts okay, and then here it just goes terrible. You can see he's right in behind most of my inties, and that did not go well. And we also, I don't think we killed the bomber, so I sent another intie in there. Maybe I shouldn't have. I sent it in because I recognized that intie is going to be low HP. But, you know, let's see. Now we got this factory in the bottom. That makes in the bottom right, that makes it much more secure, makes it much more likely that we're going to be able to take that soon and not, you know. If you just have an NG down there, no factory, then it's very easy for the NG to get killed, and then you will not have the expansion. But right now we're not very secure, honestly. Say the 3 mexes where the transport just flew over. There's no radar there. There's no factory. There's not even a single engineer, so that's not great. Having a transport is very nice in this map, so I'm glad we have that. ACU is going to take this expansion. He's actually sent his NG to the bottom right. Right now we should pick up NGs. Yeah, okay. Where are we going to? We should just go to the 3mex expansion, honestly, and start reclaiming the rocks. That was not really on my mind enough. So here we try and basically micro away from these tanks to get a better fight, and also try and save the NG. So here, best thing to do in these scenarios is to target fire. Do not underestimate target fire micro, guys. Usually people, you know, people like to run around with tanks. They think that moving back and forth is actually good micro. Very often you just, you know, if both players are committed, then you just stand there and you target fire, and you start with the lowest HP ones and you kill them one by one. That's what you do. So here we're taking a lot of damage. Right now you can see that it's not going all that great. He actually has Tech 2 land. The Mex, what's up Redman? Mex might have been a mistake. Well, it may have been executed poorly. So we dropped down there to try and build a mex, or build a PD in the 3mex. So now we lost the 3mex expansion. We lost 2 expansions at once there, which is obviously, yeah, that's very painful. So right now it's like we're in a very bad situation. Now we do have this reclaim. That's gonna be absolutely vital. And even here, right, you don't want to send the tanks in to fight the tanks, because the ACU can kill them basically for free. So yeah, we also have to get to Tech 2 land. Because he has Tech 2 land, you have to react to these things. You have to make your own Tech 2 land. We're kind of abusing the bombers, even though he may have air control. We're actually getting some good passes with the bombers, so kind of getting away with that. Gotta grab some reclaim here. It's hard to click on them inside the trees. And we need to make tanks out of that factory. More NGs are not going to be that useful. PD will help. And we really need to get back to 3mex expansion. Somehow there's a bomber in our base, so we queue up a couple anti-air. And we are going to lose air now. So we should really, yeah, so we get a bit of a counterattack going in his corner. And we might actually get a PD there, which is nice. Transport will die, of course. And we actually lost a huge number of engineers in the base. That was really painful. We lost so many NGs in the base to like one bomber. That was very, very unfortunate. But our eco is kind of balanced now, which is nice. While he was killing air in one position, we were bombing in other positions. So, actually, we still have plenty of the bombers alive. So we're like, you know, it's not great, but it's also not the worst. So we try to get some more radar coverage, get some more reclaim. So I see that this army is just Tech 1, so we can move after that. And we have our Tech 2 now, so we'll get a support factory. And we'll also need to add P-gens now. So... okay. Yeah, so it looks pretty bad right now. But we're just sort of stabilizing, you know. We get our T2 land production going. We have a couple of mechs upgrades. He still only has one Tech 2 mechs. And we have 2. We've started another one. Don't sit on your laurels and stop making the mexes. If you're ahead on mexes, you should try stay ahead on mexes. Don't let them catch up. Now, don't get too far ahead or you might have no units, but again, don't let them catch up. So we go try get that reclaim field, try and defend this attack. So we're playing very defensively. And he's really trying to do damage, but if you can successfully defend yourself and get the reclaim, then you're going to be in a good position. Air is a bit of an issue, so we'll add some pigeons and a an air factory. He actually is bombing the PDs now, and he might actually kill both of them with just 4 bombers. Oh, that PD actually survived. Okay, but because we have radar coverage until we stall power here, we actually can... okay, yeah, both PDs are dead. We can actually see what's going on and react. And we have, you know, we have some pillars to work with, so it should be okay. Defender's advantage, we have PD on the top side, so we're just trying to hold on to what we have and gather the reclaim afterwards. So we get Cupid Tech 2 NG now, because I do want to get a Tech 2 P-Gen. That's going to be necessary. Very nice positioning of his air there. He's going to try and run to the back, so it makes walls. Walls are very nice. Very nice. And we keep our units on the top side to defend the PD. And we should probably... yeah, we're making a 4th mechs now. Get some TMD. Try to keep the flak alive. The shield gen may not have been very necessary at all, to be honest. The flak definitely was. So, more air production. And get the P-Gen going. And we might add another support factory. Not sure now. It's a bully. What's this? This is a tournament game. It's a recording. Video recording of some of the games from the tournament. Big power stall now. Yeah. Yeah, no, we're not actually playing right now. I wouldn't be able to talk this much. So we do actually end up losing this 3 mexes expansion again. He has Tech 2 Air, which, I mean, we haven't been scouting well at all in this game. But Nexus does like to go Tech 2 Air, so you can kind of expect this kind of switch. See, the thing is, it's very common to just go Tech 2 Air because What you do is you just switch up what your opponent has to react to, and realistically you have a few options. So your opponent might have to react to an AC upgrade, or Tech 2 Air, or Tech 3 Land. Now Tech 3 Land is a much more expensive switch, obviously. Way more expensive. Tech 2 Air is a lot easier to manage. So that's why it's very common, because yeah, it just forces different reaction out of opponents. Now I have to, react a lot, and he's able to do quite a decent bit of damage. Somehow, yeah, we're stalling heavily again because we're making the gun upgrade. We try and do a little bit of scouting, protect our army from artillery, and right now, again, we've lost 2 expansions at once. It's pretty rough. I might know Loki really well, but so does Nexus. So, a lot of NGs in the base. Time for Tech 3 Land. Time for Tech 3 Land. Now, I could try and explain why I think it's time for Tech 3 Land, but realistically, it's just like intuitive. Feels like the time to go Tech 3 Land. I don't know why, really. I actually would find it really hard to explain. But it feels like the time. And Nexus is actually going to get to Tech 3 Land first. Don't think he's there yet, but he's definitely on the way. Oh, he is actually at Tech 3 Land now, yeah. So I didn't actually see that he was Tech 3 Land when I clicked up, though. Try a little bit of a drop back there. It's unlikely to work. Those are dead gunships, I think. And yeah, our intel is quite bad there now. And overall, our intel is kind of bad. So we have the gun. So let's, just get forward. Get forward. You can't be scared playing this game. If you make a gun upgrade, use your commander. If you can't use your commander, you probably shouldn't have made the gun upgrade. So we bring NGs, maybe by accident. Maybe it kind of worked out for us. Parking our air in the middle of the map is pretty risky. He also cut out that drop on the bottom side. But it was only a few artillery. It's not expensive, really. We haven't really managed to get much of the reclaim from the top side, which is a bit sad. Kind of expected to get that, but I needed to pay more attention there. Captured civs. Yeah, he captured one of the civ buildings. Probably just a misclick, honestly. So now we can see his base. We see, quite a bit of eco. We really need another pigeon. Our energy balance has been kind of weak. Like, realistically, at this stage of the game, and you're making Tech 3 Land, you have eco. 1 pigeon is ridiculous. Even two pigeons is probably should be enough. You might need even 3 though. Tech 2, I mean, obviously. Also depends how much Tech 1 you invested in. It's nice to have factories a bit further forward for NGs for reclaim, mainly, but also artillery. Tech 1. So we have Tech 3 Land now. We have a transport. So we're gonna go drop. No storage either. Yeah, I keep forgetting storages, honestly. It's pretty painful. But now we do have storage. We get an overcharge in, but we don't have enough to kill Now we have 2 storages, so yeah, the storages came late. We could have killed 2 titans there. So we send the transport across. It's got a titan in it. And we have to keep ecoing. That is a fact. So let's go snipe some radars. We're trying to chase down some titans. It's not really going to work, is it? We're going to cover. We know that we have a decent air force, so I just decide, screw it. Like, the game, we are not in a winning position at all. We're certainly have been behind. We're not as far behind as we were. So we just covered the transport all the way to the spot, and then something pretty painful happens, which I will point out here in a second. So we dropped the Titan, and yeah, look at the move order I gave it. It's actually moving all the way through the base up onto the plateau. So not sure how that happened exactly, but it did. So the Titan is not going to kill the 2 Nexus, which is what it was supposed to kill. Which is pretty... That is actually insanely impactful, what just happened there. Now I realize. When I hear the shooting, I'm like, okay. Great. Accidentally clicked the menu. And I think the ACU actually managed to keep a lot of his stuff in his base there. Ooh, he dropped 2 Percys into the bottom right. He didn't... we built PDs to defend. PDs are pretty good against Titans and Pillars because, you know, none of them outrange the PDs. So now we switch to... Percys. We're going to redrop that. And keep scouting, see what kind of stuff is happening. The bombers are just getting free damage, honestly, on units, which is always good. And he's going to leave Reclaim behind. And overall, his eco is not insane right now. He's like, that's the saving grace here. If he had, say, full T2 mechs in this corner, then I would be like, okay, this game is in a very bad way. But he doesn't, so it's just in quite a bad way. But we're making him work for it. Making him work for it. This is the first game in the tournament, so, you know, don't give him an easy time in the first game. Do not give him an easy time in the first game. Like, this is much a warm-up for me, and also wearing him down kind of way. Again, the P-gens are just coming way too late. What, we have 2 P-gens? That's terrible. Terrible. Can't afford all this production. And, like, we don't even have much eco. It's just, like, you can get a lot of stuff built. And also, your army should just grow because you should not be throwing units away. So, top left now, we get a bit of a raid. He has some PDs there. We're getting Reclaim from his pretty much failed attacks there, and also against Tech 1 Nexus, so that's not that useful. We get the T2 NG there to get some TMD. Does he have better radar? Yes, he does. I mean, this Tech 2 radar on the bottom side for us is really nice, I will say. He probably does have better air. Nexus is very good with the air scouts as well, so now we should be able to defend this. This army is not... It's like, what, Tech 2 and Tech 1. We managed to completely clean up the top side. Now, I don't know if any of those were upgrading. I suspect they probably were not upgrading because he knew where that army was. So I'd say he probably wasn't upgrading that, but still killing it, and killing it is really good. And actually, in the top left right now, we are getting good trades against... He sent an army there, and it was not large enough. So we're actually getting good trades in the top left as well. And our army's going to survive. We clean up more fights. We've lost the bottom completely. So again, keep the army moving onto the next expansion. This is one thing that where a lot of people leave their armies idle for a long time. You have to keep moving. Like when you're in this kind of game and this kind of position. Now look, if the game is static, then yeah, obviously the game is static. You don't keep moving your army back and forth in the same position. That's not what I mean. But like when you're trying to do damage, he's doing damage on the other side, you're counterattacking, this kind of stuff. You have to be on the move. Because he's just going to react to where you are. So if you keep moving, he has to keep reacting. And he can't, you know, he reacts to you, you react to him. And also, the faster you do damage, the more effective it is. And if you don't do damage fast enough, then you may actually lose your opportunity to do the damage. So we get TMD there. Let's try and get some TMLs as well. We're actually overbuilding TMD. Oops. Need to get this Percy wreck in the bottom. Because our eco has faltered big time because we are not getting reclaim right now. And we kind of wasted an army in the bottom side. It's going to get cleaned up. It's not a major army though. Nexus seems pretty good. Yeah, he's a decent player. So we drop NGs in the top left. We're trying to like steal reclaim basically. But I'm pretty sure he'll know that that's happening. It's sort of a long shot, but it's really only NGs. So, you know, what's the big deal? Especially if you keep the transport alive. It's all good. So we have gunships. We have options now. We have, like, yes, we lost the bottom side, but he didn't take the bottom side. And we can go get some free damage maybe on the units down there. Again, keep these units moving. Send a couple of cheap units back to maybe defend or stop him easily retaking the 3 mexes. Problem is, intel is a problem on the top side. It has been for a long time, but if you stay on the move, then it's hard for him to catch you. With Titans, you have fast units. He's probably got mostly Percys at this stage, I would say. Definitely got a Titan army there, but we can see where that is. Also, one came out. That's a Percy. Okay. The gunships are doing very nicely, must be said. Now there's a drop into my base. Okay, we see that there's a bit of a fire base there. Okay, so Percy's in the base now. I actually have 3 Percys loaded into a transport, which is hilarious. So he's just gonna basically instantly kill. Oh, that was actually 2 Percys and a Titan. Now we should have maybe microed the Percys better to not overkill. Like there we overkilled. Wasted basically 2 Percy shots. This was a bad move, dropping a Percy here. We'll see why in a minute. But like that Percy drop from Nexus really did almost nothing really. Like killing pigeons is not a big deal. Here I should have actually just picked that thing back up. Oh, I did actually. Yeah, I should just run away. Like 4 Titans will kill a Percy easily. There we spread the gunships a bit to stop us taking a lot of damage from the gunships. And then, yeah, just start killing the units. And yeah, we need to make a Tech 3 max. Big time. Problem here is we're gonna make a very big mistake here very soon. Right, throwing those gunships away is not great, but it's also not that bad. We're stealing reclaim, which is nice. Overall, the gunships have been amazing. Very useful. This army, we've got 5 Titans. We're fighting 3 Percys and some Titans. That's not a good trade at all. Shouldn't have committed to that fight. I committed kind of because I was already in range of the Percys. So we'll see. So here I go for something way too ambitious. And I don't micro it properly. Yeah, we need to get rid of that Tech 1 factory. Gonna prepare for Tech 3 P-Gen. We lost the army on the top side completely. Again, that's just a fight you don't need to commit to. And on the bottom side, I'm not looking at this drop. I should have dropped these. Now I'm like, oh shit, I need to cover that drop. And then I look away again, and it's gone. And that's 3 Perseus. That is absolutely devastating. And they landed on the land in his base, so he gets all of the reclaim. So that I think was like the worst mistake I made in the whole game. So the past like minute and a half has been devastating for my chances in this game. Send in the gunships. He doesn't actually have anti-air there. Flak just pops out actually. We fire 2 missiles at the T3 Max, and something's gonna go wrong here. That mech is also upgrading, by the way. We lost all of our air. We do have 1 Tech 3 Max of our own. But what's going to happen at this Tech 3 Max here is 2 missiles are going to hit, but they're not going to kill the Tech 3 Max, sadly. Also, the Tech 2 Max that was upgrading doesn't die to the gunships. And now we're in a really bad spot. So I think there is a bit of a bug with the... Well, not a bug really, but basically one of the TMLs hit the mass storage and didn't hit the mechs. So the mechs actually survived 2 TMLs because of that. The mass storage basically blocked one of the shots. Now, if we had killed both those mexes, you know, maybe there's a chance. He still would have a Tech 3 Mex in his base, but he would only have 1. However, we probably still lose because of the air control, and the armies are just not equivalent anymore. So now we have 2 Perses down here. They're just going to get run over. There's too many Titans. We also don't have enough intel. You can use things like transports for intel there. I don't know why I didn't use the transport like that. But I guess the Titan's already in range, so you don't need the intel. Tech 3 P-Gen. For some reason, I control K'd all my Tech 1 power before making Tech 3 P-Gen. That's a bit backwards. And he's actually the one stealing reclaim there. So that is the game. Called GG there. We're going to lose all the mechs on the bottom. I really have no army in comparison to him, and he has multiple Tech 3 mexes. He actually has Tech 3 P-Gen as well, unsurprisingly. So GG. That game, I wasn't too unhappy with it, because although we were behind for basically most of the game, we did make him work hard to close it out. What was it, like 30-minute game? So there's definitely just towards the end, just like this, let's say from here, or maybe just before that. So like losing the Perseus, this transport here being lost, the 3 Perseus into his base as a mass donation, followed by not killing any of these mexes and losing air control on the gunships. That sealed the deal. If that had gone, you know, if we didn't throw away the Perseus and we maybe killed the mexes there, and also actually at the same time we committed to this fight up here and lost all of our units. So that was like the 3 things that happened very close together that kind of lost us the game. So I think those were the main game-ending mistakes. But we played pretty well there. considering. So Nexus wins the first one. Okay. No, there's... We're on Badlands, so... Yeah, more 10 by 10. Badlands, I mean, Nexus likes to pick Badlands. So he did. He picked Badlands here. I also like Badlands. I'm quite good on Badlands. Was this tourney in the weekend just gone? Yes. Yeah, it was on Saturday. I don't even know what day it is. I've just realized I don't know what day it is. It's only Tuesday. Okay, good. Moving on. I like the classic maps. Me too. That's one of the reasons I like playing against Nexus. And some of the other players. Like, I like playing Nexus, like playing Patrick, Blackheart. I don't know, these kind of players, I like their play styles. And I like the maps that they like as well. Right, so we grab some trees. Honestly, I haven't sandboxed any Badlands. As you can see, you can probably tell I haven't sandboxed anything by the fact that I've decided between this, and then eventually focused on the left Nexus there. What's up, Tex? No text footage yet. So yeah, we're just trying to expand fast. Actually, did we watch some Swackle Tex yesterday? Trying to think. No, I don't think we did actually. Maybe we'll watch them after. So yeah, classic, you know, get the tank in front of the base here to defend against a lab. Get the scouts out. What? Beautiful second Hydra. You don't like my playstyle? No, I didn't say that. I didn't watch a single text game yesterday. No, I thought I did. Alright, I'll fix it. I'll fix that today. Alright, we're kind of, yeah. Also, hello, Tiger. So, what's going on? Not much. We haven't seen anything from him on our side of the map. But he could be on the right hand side. Sorry to add 2 cursors there, but he could be on the right hand side, so we'll try and use our scouts to make sure there's no gaps. This tank in the middle is actually turns out to be a beast. So we killed an NG, we killed a lab, now we've killed a scout. Alright, see you, Tex. Now it's just time to get rid of the mass in our bank. We probably queued up too many factories. But okay. So this tank, the first tank we made, is still alive. It just killed another striker, and now it's gonna kill a lab, and it's still alive. So that tank was ridiculous. I think it has a few hundred mass killed right now. He's got some stuff in the back of our base we need to catch. And we're just going to send reinforcements to basically stand on the Formex expansion to stop the NG dying, hopefully. This radar helps us a lot. We can see units streaming through on the left. And now you can see Nexus regrouping before he sends them in. So we'll do the same. Yeah, we queued up too many factories, not enough pigeons there. Bit of an error. And now he moves in. He's adding, there's labs in all over the place. So I don't know what the deal is with Nexus and labs. Because the labs, although he has labs, but they didn't, like, a tank got across the map before labs did. So it's kind of, I don't know why he's mixing in labs. Maybe by accident. What's up, Noah? If you copy everything I do for the first 5 minutes, does that make me 2,000 plus rating? Alas, it does not. Yeah, we cancel that factory. It's only one NG building it, so it's getting a bit messy now. What's up, Johannes? It's up 70%. We're gonna try, we have to clean up this raid. We caught the raid on the right hand side. This is the advantage of expanding to the left with an NG, is that you can get to the reclaim faster with the ACU. And we're going Tech 2. I don't usually click this fast. Yeah, well, it's tournament. No, this is a recording. Guys, this is a recording, just so people know. I tried that for years. What, copying what people do in the first 5 minutes? So, we cleaned up, well, no, we actually didn't clean up the raid. We cleaned up most of the raid at the back. Get some of the reclaim with the ACU. And this raid is quite nice. We're actually going to kill a hydrocarbon, which is kind of cool. Now, there is something I will mention in this game, which I did not know at the time, obviously, because I didn't have this intel. But Nexus, now this is critical. Nexus actually cancelled his Tech 2 land HQ. And the percentage that upgrade was at was 97%. I checked it after the game. 97% Tech 2 land. Nexus cancelled. Now, it's not relevant right now, but in the next few minutes it will be relevant. So we're actually doing alright, but, you know, I'd say it's fairly even at this point. We have a raid in the back. His raid in the back is, you know, he's got less tanks with it. Yeah, we're going to clean it up. We're making some eco. We're upgrading 3 support factories. Deleted my Steam account to treat my addiction yesterday. Nothing else. Ooh, deleting your Steam account though. I mean, can you get that back at all? Are all those games you bought gone forever? That seems pretty extreme. But hey, I mean, if that's what you want to do, go for it. I would not be willing to do that. So, yeah, now we have a lot of mass in the bank. It's not great now. Did he notice he cancelled instantly? Yes. He did. Okay, another bit of a raid getting past. This stuff is super annoying. So right now, he should actually have Tech 2 land already, for sure, but he cancelled. So, McNeil. We still have some units in the back, it's just annoying, but it's only like 1 tank, so whatever. Get some NGs on the support factories, and we really should get a Tech 2 PGen up as fast as possible. Right now we're a bit low on Tech 1 tanks because maybe we Should have built another couple of Tech 1 factories, or we just, need to transition a little bit quicker. Not adjusting to the meta and using tree reclaim. I mean, I quite often build factory in the back. Like, always have. But in this case, we didn't. So we're getting raided a lot. Is adjacency useless? No, but you have so many resources that, well, you have to do it properly. You have to actually have your NGs in the right spot. Otherwise, you're going to be walking around to get some adjacency, and that might slow down your production too much. If you've already deleted several accounts, you only lose Supreme. What you mean? What's that, like CS:GO rank? Is that what you mean? It's too late. Well, yeah, I mean, it's too late to use it for energy now because all the trees are broken, but I mean, Nexus is always going to raid you in the back, so you're not really going to have that many unbroken trees anyway. So here we go in. He's actually trying to get a PD up, which is pretty smart because, he knows that he's going to be under pressure from Tech 2 because he accidentally cancelled his upgrade. Keep the scouting going. We have the right hand side, which is good. He got the left hand side faster though. So we just need to micro with the pillars. We have the advantage in units. Our micro is not amazing though. If we had better intel, we might be able to micro better. Or if we just zoomed in a little bit more. So Tech 2 air. There's no, getting Tech 2 air, it's always nice to have some Tech 2 air. We're just going to run past the ACU. When you have a certain number of units, you can actually just run past them and you won't be able to kill them before they get past. So the ACU is not the most effective raid stopper because of that. And now I'm like, okay, well, this is just a Tech 1 army. So the reason I turned to the right there is so that we basically stop fighting the units on the left, and if we run straight in, we're running into the concave, so it's better to run to the side. You'll get slightly better trade. So now we go click on his air. We've built loads of Lobos here, more than I really intended to, but we click on his air, and at the same time we go attack on the left hand side with the gunships. Attack the plateau, which is, usually the most vulnerable spot. Now we start microing the air a bit. We have way more pillars than him. Now we're going to target fire the PD, because PD has less health per mass than pillars do, and it's going to be very valuable if he can keep it there. So better to just get rid of the PD once you're in range of it. You've done the hard work to get in range of it, so get rid of it. And the Lobos are going to actually run through that expansion. And yeah, we just, you just snowball with the pillar advantage in the middle. We're rallying essentially every pillar there, and now we've shown up with the ACU. Even with the unupgraded ACU, that's going to be very useful. His ACU is over on the right hand side. He probably should have moved him to the left. And there you can see next at the end said cancelled 90% T2. It was actually worse than 90%. It was like 97%, I think. Pretty sure. And yeah, overall we actually had, well, eco was similar, but yeah, the we just snowballed the Tech 2. You think he would have won without his Tech 2 cancel? I think it would have been dead even game if he didn't cancel. Maybe slightly, he would be slightly ahead. It would be very even. So whether I would have won or not is, you know, it's like nearly 50-50. Basically. Neither of us really would have had an advantage. He might have gotten to Tech 2 slightly faster, actually, if I remember correctly, but I'm not sure. It would have been small. Small difference. He is using adjacency. Good on him. I changed hard stop to shift plus stop keys. This happens. He actually, how he cancelled it was like he queued up. I saw Tech 1 NGs appear in his queue. So I don't know what exactly happened, but he just misclicked. Maybe he selected multiple factories by accident instead of just the one he wanted. So yeah, he called it GG there, which is fair enough. I mean, we're doing a lot of damage, and he's probably not going to get the reclaim. All right, so that's 1-1. We got a bit of a helping hand there, a serious helping hand. So now it's the decider on open palms. The choice was between, there was 2 maps left. It was either open palms or Via. That was the other choice, and I decided to go for palms because, well, it's likely to be a shorter game. Palms is a great map, one of the best, and I'm pretty good on both of them, but I probably might have more of an advantage on palms than I could have on Via. Was Stickleback in the pool? It was, yeah. It was. Is Nexus good on Via? Nexus is good on everything. Yeah, Nexus doesn't really have serious weaknesses on any particular kinds of maps. I don't think he's like, seems like his kind of map. I mean, I'm trying to think now. I don't think he has any particular proficiency on Via. I can't recall any specific, you know, amazing performances by him on there. Which is not at all to say that he's not good on the map. Just that I don't like. Yeah, he's just one of those guys who, like, the only maps I can think of where he really is even stronger than you expect him to be is like, well, it has been, say, a map like Cobalt Valley, or say, let me think. What maps has he won on a lot? Definitely Cobalt Valley is the one that sticks out the most to me. Settings, yeah, Settings is a good shout. Okay, we're getting stuck on reclaim. This is quite frustrating. Now he's trying to block with P-gens. We didn't change the target priorities of our lab, so he's not even shooting the NGs, and that was quite a sad opening, but okay. Yeah, Settings, Cobalt Valley. I'm trying to think there were other ones that I had in mind that just instantly left my mind. Whatever. Twin Rivers. Yeah, Twin Rivers, definitely. That's one. So we're running a little bit low on mass, so we go click on some rocks here. Better challenge someone good for the tournament. Oh yeah, I saw that tournament actually. Yeah, that looks cool. I'm not sure who I would challenge though, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, this is just, you know, normal. We have no tanks on the left hand side. This is pretty. Overall, our tank number is just kind of low. So I think our opening, you know, hasn't been amazing, but we will endeavor to, you know, do the best we can with the units we do have. No intel on the left. No tanks on the left. Just trying not to stall right now so we have good unit production. And try and be sneaky in the back. Uh-oh. Tanks out of position on the right hand side. Left hand side. Tanks seem to be stuck in our base. Thank you, pathfinding. Now we're searching for an engineer. There's got to be one here. And there is. We actually failed to drop there, which is depressing. But we are using the air well. So maybe he stalled a little bit and that's why he... Or maybe he was later to air, so that's why he doesn't have inties. So we got the bomb off. Killed that NG. It's a very important engineer to kill. We have to chase through the back here. We found another NG to kill. We're going to keep our inties basically between the bomber and the air factory to try and catch any inties that come out. More NGs needed in the base. So we just the build queues. We actually still have 3 engineers on the right hand side. They haven't died, which is incredible. Another NG to be found. Getting a nice 3v2 there on the left. But we have to send another NG to expand. And now he's mixing an anti-air. Always nice to see. Again, take out the inti now that it's, especially now that it's away from the anti-air. Need more factories. And he has found the NG in the top left, which is a bit sad. A little bit sad. We keep marching forward with the ACU. Also, you note that we have most of our tanks now on the left hand side, which should prevent any possible suicidal tendencies for that comm. Right, this bomber has now 5 kills, 200 mass killed. We still have total air control. Get another drop off. More engineers dying in Nexus base. Bomber's doing really good work. But we park ourselves over anti-air and waste the inties. On some P-gens, and here it would have been so nice to get this drop, but it didn't drop. That would have been absolutely devastating. But already the bomber did extremely well. So the air has been really good. I thought about pausing air there for a second, then I saw that it was a transport. So I thought, well, no, let's not cancel the transport. Or pause it even. You don't really want to do that. It's not really a good idea. Let's get the transport. Try to get some plateaus. Bit sad that we don't get a PD in the top expansion. That would have been really valuable. Transport can be used. We add a couple tanks on the... Transport can be used to drop a lot of different positions. We actually had the mid-mexes for a decent amount of time. One thing you'll know from Nexus is just the scouting is so good. You'll always just find, oh look, there's a scout over my head. Always. So if you can catch them and kill them, it's very valuable to do so. Get a factory there, that should help us secure that a little more. Once you have a factory, you know, 2-3 tank raids are just so much less effective. Like in this stage of the game where there's no factories around, they are brutal. But right now, not really. So we thought about adding an air factory, but we don't really have a huge amount of mass. We can just use the NGs to assist the air factory instead. Now we have some intel. He's scouting my transport. We're going to get a PD in the corner, hopefully, if he doesn't arrive there too fast. Try put some pressure, and overall, like, it's going okay. It's going pretty well, in fact. Like, the fact that we managed to get all of the topside while investing, really, we didn't send that many tanks to the topside. And we're going to get that NG kill at the back. That's nasty. So overall, it's just been good. I think the bomber was the most impactful thing, but our raids in general were okay. So we're going to pick up an NG, try and drop him into that expansion just to grab that a bit faster. Because he's not going to be on the left plateau. He's just not. And at this point, our mass is building. This is nice now. Having 900 mass in the bank right now. Again, critical that we have most of our units with the ACU. Because, you know, if we didn't have... We'd just die so easily here. So we managed to stop his raid on the left. Our ACU is safe because he's got plenty of units. And now it's looking very good. We have mass built up in the bank. We still have all the top mexes. We have the back 3 mexes with a PD there now. And at this point, it looks really good. We need to build power, though. And then we'll go Tech 2 land. Mixing in some bombers. Get rid of the radar. Radar's always a good target. Dies in one shot, basically. Costs 80 mass. Sadly, he raids his own expansion. That's disappointing. For me. And we're looking to get both plateaus as well. Right, so now he makes a move, which I can't actually see him coming through the middle. Now I can see him. But this is sort of like his last... This is a big play he's trying to make here. He is sending basically all of his units through the middle. And his ACU is towards my base as well. So we have to react immediately. Keep doing damage behind him. Maybe get, a couple of PDs. I mean, that's maybe too much PD, honestly. But we have mass to burn. We actually do have mass in the bank. That's way too many pigeons queued up, but okay. This is what happens when you're under pressure. He does have total air control as well. And we bring units back towards our base. And basically, by doing this, he should be able to raid a lot of stuff. Because, you know, we can't leave our base because so the whole top side is going to get raided now. He has no arty. Yeah, that was actually the biggest thing there. If he had arty there, he could have killed a lot of my power potentially. But right now he can't. Now he's already lost the chance to do that if he had them now. And we're just going to go Tech 2 land. We have enough. We queue up a Sparky just so that we can get a PD if we really need to. But even with him raiding the top side, he's doing it kind of slowly. The radar came really late. I don't know why. I should have immediately built a radar. Dropping some units in his base. They're just tanks though. And our ACU's there. All of our units are in our base, so there's no real threat to us now. Time to move out. And we kept most of what we had. You know, we lost a lot of mechs on the top side. We lost some mechs on the bottom. But overall, it wasn't too bad. We should increase our air production because he does have air control. And these factories are so valuable. Don't waste the units there. Because at that point I was like, oh yeah, I dropped units into his base. I wonder if they did anything. I think the answer is no. Also now I was actually afraid. I was like, oh wait, gestures. Yeah, he could gesture snipe me. So I was thinking about getting gesture sniped here. But the fact that he's kind of using them to raid means that he's probably not going for a gesture snipe directly. But he could go for it at some point if the opportunity arises. But it's not like his aim with the gestures is not really to snipe me necessarily. Yeah, we have both plateaus. We've just had more map control for most of the game, so at this point we're pretty far ahead. We have 2 Tech 2 Mexes as well. He doesn't have any. We have Tech 2 land. I don't think he has Tech 2 land. We're going to switch to full Tech 2 production in the next couple of minutes, and we can probably stabilize all our expansions. And, you know, if that means allowing him to take back his, then that's fine too. And Nexus calls GG there, because no Tech 2 land, no Tech 2 max. And also, still less map control. So, I'm glad I picked Open Palms instead of Via. Definitely. I'm not even sure exactly when this game went wrong for him. Like, the opening was not all that great here. Wasn't amazing. Probably have to watch the replay to see exactly. Because for POV you can't really see much. I mean, the bomber definitely helped a lot. The bomber is the biggest single factor, but I don't know. Overall, we just played well here. So that was 2-1 versus Nexus, first series in the tournament. Pretty good start. Pretty good start. I mean, Nexus, I will say, is definitely not. This is not peak Nexus at all. You can tell just from playing against him that it wasn't. There were things that were happening that would not normally happen if you're playing against Nexus. Things he wouldn't let happen. And also, we definitely got a bit lucky with the Badlands game where he cancelled Tech 2. That was a bit of a gimme win because of that. So, yeah, still a nice series though. Good games, good maps. So, that was it. 2-1. Now, should we watch replays or more POV? Because it seems like not many people are interested in POV, actually. Judging by the number of viewers. So we might switch to replays. Although, if you want to see me brutalized by techs, then we can do that. Yes to what, Thomas? Show the text games. All right. Cast the forest, nothing game attacked it. Don't know about that. Alright. Okay, so I chose Badlands. Yeah, I beat Nexus on it, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Okay, so we're Seraphim. Ending up with Seraphim versus UEF, I actually was kind of a... I'd say it was a mistake for me to end up like that. I think he banned UEF. And I banned Seraphim, so yeah. UEF is probably the worst faction to be against if you're Seraphim on this map. Okay, build order things again. Alright. So I don't think anything happens early on. I don't remember any... Did he make labs? He probably did. I actually can't remember now if he made labs. Let's find out. So we got some Selines. We got a very early tank. Let's see if we do anything with that. We've invested a lot in units early on here. A couple Selines and a tank. We want second land. Time to grab the reclaim. You don't need to grab it immediately. Third or fourth NG can grab it. Celine is lagging behind big time. Looks like we're just in time to the mass. Time for an air factory. Yeah, not sure about this build here, but it seems to be working decently. We left that factory idle for a long time. That was quite bad. And actually we seem to be behind a mass. He does have a tank ready. See, if our Celine wasn't lagging behind there, we might have been able to tell that that was a tank. So we go around. Just use the terrain here. See, if that's an open place, then you can't just run around him like that. But there's a crater, so, you know, abuse it. Abuse the terrain. We can delay the PGen or the hydrocarbon a little bit longer here. Need to go back and micro that tank up here in the expansion. We're being pretty annoying. He does have a lab there. We kill a lab. We lost an NG there, but it's okay. We also killed the lab, which is the most important. I'm going to try and get some raids off. The tank on the top and the Celine on the left. Not sure if we'll succeed on the left. We need to micro a bit. Yeah, he's dodging some shots. We lost the Celine. And I don't think we got the kill. And here we did get a kill. Look at that, 5 kills on that thing. What the fuck? How did it get 5 kills? 110 mass killed. When am I going to create unit templates? Never. So the NG we didn't kill will now die to the follow-up raid, which is nice. That's quite a nice one. Our build is not nice though, because we have too much power. Somehow. Maybe we just didn't expand fast enough. That might be... That actually probably is why. It's because we didn't build the Nexus fast enough. That's why we're overflowing power, I'd say. But this is quite bad, this overflow. It's not great. The raids are doing okay. Now I hear a bomber. Oh, he's bombing my raid, actually. Which is, you know, it's okay. Whatever. I'd rather his bomber is bombing my raid than bombing expanding engineers. Not a great fight in the bottom left. We lost to Celine. Now we're fighting 3v2. So that's not great. Also, if we lose that Engie on the right side, it's going to be even worse. So overall, their control is just a bit worse than, say, it was versus Nexus right now. Nice PD in the middle. Handy to have. Need more factories. 500 over 500 mass in the bank. The raids are good though, but if you're not managing your economy properly behind it, then it's not going to help you too much. We're so lazy with the adjacency, which is not good. Really got to work on that. Have some units in middle. Just because you have PD there doesn't mean you don't send units there. You should use units to defend the PD, because otherwise you'll just send one artillery and kill your PD, and then it's a waste. Here we're actually gonna try and kill some stuff. If he has artillery, we'll try kill them. Now we have way too much mass in the bank. So yeah, the macro is weak here, very weak. We should have like probably 4 more factories by now. Also, we have 2 idle factories. We're focusing a lot on moving units around and too much, really. We need to make some better build queues with my engineers and ACU. ACU's idle as well. Should be building. That Hydra's super late. I don't know how that engineer managed to start building the factory in the middle of the queue, because I like dragged I dragged those factories. So if anyone can explain to me how that engineer decided to build the factory in the middle of the 5, I would love to know. But yeah, our raids are good. Like overall, although our macro wasn't great, we're going to fix it now. And raiding that expansion at 7.5 minutes is pretty ridiculous. We probably should run away to the back, though, rather than stand there and kill stuff. There's definitely something annoying in the back lines, otherwise those mexes would be built, or at least queued. And yeah, so overall we're doing better. We're winning this game right now. We should have an advantage over Tex. The damage is not comparable. What he's done compared to what I've done. Only problem was like our eco management wasn't perfect, but like we should be in a good position here. We've also managed to park our air in his base, which is pretty shitty. We're losing Inti's 2 tanks. Oh my god. Celine comes out of hiding. And we got a big ass mass stall. I think we're upgrading multiple mechs at once. Not great. Not great. Tex has not made any economy right now. And now we're overflowing power. Ugh. Ugh. Terrible. So much power overflow. We have Tech 2 land, which is nice. Our unit number is kind of low though. Does not feel super secure at this point. Trying to get factories up on the sides, build some tanks. Should get a radar on the left. But whatever. Especially if you're overflowing power, don't be afraid to just throw down some radars. Like if you We got 2 T2 Maxes. We were making another one. How about no? Yeah, now we can see a lot of units on the left. Somehow I have quite a few Zooies. Shouldn't really have switched to Zooies yet. And our mass is building like crazy now, so we unpause a mechs. Need to get these NGs back, you know, doing something useful. Now go gun. I mean, you're definitely onto something. Making it an upgrade. I mean, I did not see how many units he had. This is the thing, right? See on the left, I had only just built that radar. I'm pretty sure I'd only just built it. Let me see. If I go back. Oh no, it's built a while. Okay. But yeah, basically he just has a lot more units than I thought he did. But really I should have expected that. I mean, he's made no eco. And he hasn't made Tech 2 land that I could see either, so... At this point I was playing like I was playing against someone else, not against Techs. That's how I would put this. So he runs over the right side. I'm like, okay, I can manage this. I can manage him running these units in. I don't think it was actually... The units are not scary. Problem for me is the ACU. And now he's just all in. Basically, he has an upgrade. The gun, obviously. And at this point now, I'm like, motherfuck, this is not good. I didn't make 2 HQs. What? Manuel92, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you very much, dude. And welcome. So now it's full panic mode. Yeah, I need to close that because it's killing my frames. Now I'm like, I actually have a lot of Ilshis, so maybe I can do some damage to the commander. But at this point, it's really desperate. He has killed one of my HQs, killed a lot of build power in terms of engineers. I have a PD. I'm building another factory. I actually thought he had killed the HQ. But no, he killed the support factory. I should have built another PD there. But, yeah, he just has too many units. Too many units. He made 2 HQs. No, that wasn't an HQ. It's not an HQ, dude. Look, there's no line there. Spot the difference. So yeah, he comes in with the gun, targets down one of the factories, and we're struggling. At this point, I know it's like, you know, this is the denial stage of the game. Where you're trying to come to terms with the fact that you realize that you really did throw this game by, well, not playing, like, I was playing this as though I was playing against Nexus, basically. When, in reality, I'm playing against Techs. And they do not play the same way. And I've played Techs a lot less than Nexus as well. So Nexus, I kind of know what he's going to do. Techs, I really should know what he's going to do. I need to basically imprint to my mind that he's not going to... He's going to be playing like Techs. So, yeah, he just made the gun and walked into me with tech on land. So, but about the, you know, not a complicated strategy, but quite an effective one. And like we didn't even get close to damaging his AC realistically. He was not even close to low HP. And right now, the game's over. There's really no point in me giving all these orders. It's just hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. Some part of my mind was like, oh, you have 5 Ilshis, as though that was relevant. It's not. We've lost our HQ now for real. And all of our expansions, and somehow I'm still playing the game as though there's a chance. No. There we go. And yeah, oh, those ones hurt. Those ones hurt. You know those ones where you're doing well and then you just make tech upgrades and the opponent doesn't? Feels bad. This one made you mauled at the time. Oh, it did. Big time. That one tilted me off the face of the earth. And then, so then we had next game. Tex asked me which map he should pick. I was not in the mood. And he picked Darkfall. At this point, I was like, oh god. I was not happy about this map. Basically, this map struck me as perfect for Tex in terms of his playstyle. I don't like this map. I think it's actually shit. The trees, cancerous. The size of the map. The amount of mexes. Any of this, I was like, I just don't like this map. It's one of the spammiest maps that you can play as a 10x10, and that's saying something. Well, yeah, he asked me, and I was like, nah, I'm not engaging in this. I was so salty after the Badlands game. What did I veto? I don't know, actually. What did I veto? Probably some 5x5s. Probably mainly 5x5s, I think. That's what I vetoed. But yeah, build was not good here. And, well, we'll see what happens very shortly. We're going to try break some trees. Because the trees are so dumb on this map. It's quite a slow start. Slow expansion. Air factory done just before 5 minutes or 3 minutes. It's not exactly fast. It's like 4th air. And we are about to suffer. Oh, an air scout. Alright, here comes the bomber. Now, just get ready for this. Just get ready for this. That somehow dies. We have an inti now. Oh, the bomber's there now. Oh, never mind. He's made 2 bombers. He's actually made 2 bombers. There we have anti-air out as well. So how bad should it be, really? And both of those NGs are bombed. And both bombers are still alive. And that NG is also dead. So, yeah. People making 2 bombers. That's the kind of thing where you're like, this should not work. Things that shouldn't work, and then they do work against you, are the most tilting things. For me, anyway. He got absurd damage. And I should have really dodged. So we lost like every expanding engineer in every direction there, plus engineers in the base. And now it's a struggle. It's basically, it's GG. Like, those bombers did too much. In return, we've done very little damage. Or maybe none. We might have killed an NG, we might not have. I don't even know, actually, at this point. But yeah, we'll play on. Because of course you're going to play on, it's a tournament. And generally I play on. In games anyway, even if it's not a tournament. But I'm not one to quit out of the opening. I basically have never done that. But if you were inclined to do things like that, that opening would probably put you over the edge. The first NG, yeah, I mean, that's the thing with the UAF bombers. It's like, I mentioned it against Nexus. And then another bomber, great. Basically, they're just so hard to dodge. Because even if you dodge, they can still nearly track your unit. And then as you're running away, they're still getting burned. So UAF bomber is pretty insane, honestly. We just have to build a lot of factories here. We already have 600 mass in the bank again. That's going to mean we're behind on units. Expansion obviously is slower. Didn't make any of our own bombers either. That's way too much power queued up. Absolutely absurd. Now he's coming over towards my AC with loads of units. And his commanders, so we just have to back off. But we really overreacted to that. Because what's going to happen now is he's already turned around and gone back towards his base. And he's just going to go back there and he's going to start upgrading the gun straight away. He may already be upgrading it, actually. And we've backed off too far. But realistically, we just have no units in comparison to him. He probably has close to double the units at this point. Maybe a third more, so 50% more, who knows. He certainly has more though. And yeah, he's making the gun now. We don't have any Lobos, so we'll start mixing in some Lobos, because without Lobos we can't really deny the gun effectively. Because to deny it effectively with just tanks, you need to have a lot more tanks. And we don't, as I have said. So at this point, it's like we either get him to cancel the gun or we lose the game. And I think we can see where this one's going. Nice plus 400 power there. Excellent economic management. And yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like, well, he's going to finish the gun. We don't have any units left. Even has one of the sides. And I think the gun just finished. Yeah, it did. And we actually do have decent unit production now, but it's too late. So we just control K here. And it's quick 2-0. And the quick exit from the game. I wasn't hanging around there. So that was net text with the 2-0. That was the second series. Painful one. That one was quite painful. All right. So I have. Let me get the chat. I have one more. Now I played 2 games against Blast. The second one, unfortunately, I think I forgot to end the recording and then it got corrupted. So I only have one of the Blast games, which is sad because the second one was kind of interesting. We could watch the Blast one. The problem is the Blast one is very long. So it might be better to watch it in replay and just have it sped up. To be honest, it would just take too long to watch in. Because I don't think there's like a... Can you make it speed up in this program? No. So we could watch the Blast games. We could just play some games instead. What do we think? Seen Zoc. Last login May 2021. Last played a game January 2019. Oh. We'll all just watch the stream at 2 times. When did Bully say that? A few minutes ago. Yeah, so we played 2 games against Blast. We could watch those. Kind of need a teammate if I'm going to be queuing against Wounded and Bully, though. That's kind of a strong team. Solo queuing against them wouldn't be very much fun. The VO1 is too long. Maybe we'll watch it next time. Let's watch this one. So I think it was actually a pretty interesting game. It's decent. How do I get that thing where I can just enter units into the game like a sandbox? Enable cheats. And then press to enable the cheat menu. You want Alt F2. And then you just like select the unit in the menu, and then you just click on the ground somewhere to spawn it. This game is blast throwing for 20 minutes. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was now, to be honest. Okay, so we're Siren. He's Aeon. He was Aeon in the previous game as well. He's been playing a lot of Aeon. What's up, Blast? So this is map gen. It's 10 by 10. There's, you know, reclaim around the cliffs and whatever, around the mountains. Expansion here. Expansion here. Some mid-mexes that are quite spread out. Hard to hold. And spread mex on the bottom. Extremely open. And flat. Standard map gen, 10 by 10. So second air seems like a given for Aeon anyway. I probably could have gone second land. We shall see though. What happens? So he's got a lab. This lab, man. So I saw this lab for the whole time I was tracking it with a scout. And, you know, I sent it one tanker on one side, one tanker on the other side. Trying to get rid of the lab, you know. Lost our scout. We have to kite away from the lab because, you know, we have better range than it, so. But because we lost the scout, it's gone out of range. Up here we 1v1'd Aurora and absolutely crushed it. By the way. Like. We lost more than half HP, but okay. This lab is still alive somehow. We should have left this tank behind. And this NG now is actually going to die to the lab, which is depressing. We managed to catch this lab, this NG. This NG was trying to run onto the water to get away from the Mantis, which is pretty smart. But it was just slightly too slow. This Mantis is a hero. And the lab gets the NG kill. RIP in peace. And the lab's still alive running around the mountains with 2 Mantis chasing it. So my expansion is really slow. We're not here. We're not getting to here anytime soon. So right now Blast is doing well having this expansion. He's going to have PD as well. He probably should build it here maybe, but it's not too important really. And yeah, he's just faster to the mexes right now. Our opening hasn't been great. We have relied on reclaim quite a bit. And we're going to suffer now because of it. We can't afford this factory, neither. We can't even really afford this one. So I think I'm going to reclaim one of them now. If we had expanded a little bit faster, we would have been able to afford these things. And the PD finishes. Kills the Mantis. I was raiding. It was a little bit too late. He kind of sat in this expansion for a while instead of just running across, which is a mistake. But we have a bomber, we have some intel. Gonna take out this NG. And the lab, yeah, that's right. The lab is still alive. So there goes a radar as well. Or at least half built a radar. We're scouting here and we're gonna come back and bomb some stuff. We're kind of balanced now. We didn't finish this factory. In Blast Base, he is adding an air factory. No economy upgrades or anything. I mean, it's a bit soon. This might be the time to make one shortly, but right now he's just focused on, you know, getting the numbers up for his Aurora. Bomber goes down, but all the units are dead now. There's a couple of Aurora, a Scout, and the Lab all went down. Take some reclaim with the ACU. Don't know where this NG is going. Where is he going? Ridiculous. We got the 4 mexes, which is cool, but they'll die. And building this radar is maybe just throwing away any mass we gain from the mexes, sadly. Still nice to have them, even if it's for a short time. It's good to have them. The radar was a mistake though. That's 80 mass thrown into the bin. We drop onto this plateau. Blast actually, yeah, built a factory up there. An air factory. But a factory nonetheless. It's not super cheap. The reclaim is close enough to the edge that NGs can actually grab some of it. And we just have to be really careful with the Mantis, he says as he runs into Aurora. No, we retreat. The Aurora will just win in an even fight, but yeah, that's a very bad fight for Blast here. Unit database is bugged. It shows the 0 DPS and the wrong range values. For what? Everything? T2 air almost finished for Blast Shield. He's going Tech 2 air above land. I'm going for land, and he's a bit further on air than I am on land, so we're also adding air production right now. Not sure. What is a Cougar? T3 mobile anti-air. Or a woman of around 40. Don't know which one you're asking about. And you're grabbing some reclaim. I think it's better to drop here than to build a factory. Oh, Blast has actually forgotten about his factory as well. That's even worse. Okay, we gotta be careful here. But so does Blast. He's quite far across the map here. And overall, we're doing alright. We're at -1 for some reason. Adding air factories. Let's see what our eco looks like. We actually have a lot of mass in the bank. There's more mass in this map than you'd think, I guess. We should make an eco upgrade. It's the UEF T3 mobile anti-air, by the way. Blast also with a lot of mass in the bank. Are we actually going to kill the Tech 2 NG? I didn't even notice this. No, we didn't. Damn, that would have been cool. We managed to snag these mexes. We actually dropped an engineer here and are grabbing these. We might have dropped those 2 Mantis as well, actually, if I remember correctly. So that was really nice. That was very nice. Extra mexes for us. He is taking the min mexes. He's going to hold them longer than we do. Oh, air coming in. Are we going to get away? Oh, actually more than get away. We actually baited 3 of his inties in. We didn't manage to kill them. We killed 1. We cleaned up this. Blast runs to the water eventually, but it's kind of too late. When I saw that, I was like, damn, that is annoying, actually, to be able to do that. But he didn't make the best use of it here. Bombers both attacked the same thing, so actually did not that much damage there, honestly. Based on the vet. More bombers coming in. What will this one kill? Couple of Aurora. It's okay. And I'm making stealth. I actually made stealth before gun, which I don't know. I don't know why I did that. Actually, I did it, and then I looked back and I was like, oh, I'm making stealth first? What the... why? But anyway, we have, you know, good T2 land production now. Problem will be sustaining it. So our mass is dropping. We have a Tech 2 P-Gen as well. We're building a shield. Not sure why I built a shield. Again, that's a bit of a waste of mass. Blast getting in way too close here. Loses more HP than he really should have. That was unnecessary. We also have mixed in a lot more Medusa now, because they're going to be a lot more effective versus the Aurora, especially now that there's quite decently large armies of Aurora to aim into. But they're not firing. They're literally not firing. Probably didn't have intel. Yeah, intel was the issue there. Should have gotten some nice kills with the Medusa, but I didn't. In the meantime, while all that was going on, while he just killed this expansion, he's also killed this expansion. And yeah, the gunships have done really well. He's killed both of these mexes as well. I just redropped, I think. That's a dead gunship in the water, by the way. And he's retaken these mexes. He didn't get the reclaim though. But yeah, he has this expansion now, which is, it's you know, it's big. That is a big deal. His army, 6,700 mass. Mine, 5,000. However, my units are better. I have almost entirely Tech 2. We got, and we have some stealth in there. We have a flak. We're keeping our air next to this army. Intel would be nice. And we also have the gun and stealth on the commander. So we have better tools at our disposal. And we're going to go take back this expansion. Blast just backs off. He can't fight. This is basically my whole army plus a gun comm. He can't defend this. So he retreats from here. He tries to get some reclaim in the meantime. I try and deny as much as I can. But I kind of left this side completely exposed now as well, so he can move through here, and he does have Tech 2 land. Obsidians and blazes, he's mixing them, which is, you know, normal. He's got 3 support factories and an HQ. And he retreats. He's going to make double gun in a pretty safe position. Certainly with assistance, it should build pretty quickly, but the mass is going to be an issue. And after killing this expansion and retreating, he's now going to kill this expansion. I'm always worried, because I'm against Aeon, I always have to keep my air very close to the commander, because you never know when he's going to make a snipe attempt. And like, I have 2 flags. 2 flags is pretty good. 3 flags would be actually a lot nicer, but 2 flags is okay. I have stealth, I have my air. My air, he can't really win air over my flags. He's unlikely to commit to sending a lot of gunships in. But again, mercies, always an option. So now again, we have a nice army here, and he, although he killed the expansion, he started moving in this direction and kind of just gave us reclaim with that one. He is now 4k mass ahead. He has more power income as well. I think we're going to need another P-Gen pretty soon. He has double gun. He got it quite quickly. And yeah, we're going to need a second P-Gen, if only just for overcharges. But even at this, we can fight pretty effectively with this army. We have some range. We have tanky rhinos. We're in a good spot. But yeah, P-Gen. P-Gen should be building like right now. We don't even have 1,000 power income. That's very little at this stage of the game. He doesn't really have too much. Actually, his air production is stopped right now. But he has Swifties. Have to respect them. And he's got gunships. I'm just kind of trying to move around and be annoying with my army. Now the P-Gen's queued, a lot of engineers are going to be called on to build this as well, because I recognize that it's come a bit too late. Get some nice reclaim here. No, don't run home. Get the reclaim. Get the expansion. Oh, that's annoying. Just a random obsidian down there. And honestly, we're playing this quite sloppily. Because, you know, we allowed this to die. Did we need to? Maybe not. We're kind of allowing damage here. Did we need to? Not really. We're moving in this direction, but we don't have intel. So it's all kind of a bit of a mess. He also doesn't have great intel. But he does know roughly where I am. He's been scouting. Still has a very powerful commander with double gun. And he's regen most of his health back. Somehow I'm just allowed him to do damage with 5 Aurora here. That's depressing. He also has this max. This stuff has finally been cleaned up except for this one Aurora. The obsidian has gone. I need to send something after this. Come on, dude. Get on it. Alright. He has 1 Tech 2 max. I don't know what I have, actually. I just have 1 as well. So quite a low eco game, but a lot of units. What's up, Peter? Stage of the tourney. This was the third round. It was a round robin tournament, or no, Swiss style tournament. This was round 3 of 4 rounds. So it's quite an interesting end to this game. So I'm scouting now. Another max. He's building... Is he building... Oh no, I thought he was building 2 pigeons. No, he's building air staging in a pigeon. And I'm, you know, got another max upgrade. Like, this is a normal time to start making max upgrades because the armies are large. So adding a couple more rhinos is not going to make a huge difference. What is going to make more of a difference is making additional mass extractors. And we're going to go to Tech 3 land. That's the next stage here. Move on from Tech 2. We've already invested, you know, 13,000 in Tech 2. We've big Tech 2 army. There were 4 rounds in the tourney. And Blast Shield is making an upgrade. Now, who can guess what upgrade he's making? By the cost here. There's really only 2 options. Overall, the ACU, neither ACU's actually gotten many kills. Only 1 option, yeah, maybe. Right, Tech 3 land time. He is not going to Tech 3 land. Yeah, we have to be careful here because 1 flak can easily be sniped. However, if we keep our air next to it, then, you know, we can keep it alive, potentially. But yeah, playing a little bit, playing with fire there, but, you know. Alright, well, no one guessed. I think Ryan knows, though. It's Chrono. It is Chrono. And if we look at his army, I'm glad that there's so many blazes in it, to be honest. He's got 25 blazes, 16 obsidians. That is a seriously strong army. Like, all of these units are worth as much as all of these. Basically, roughly equal armies. But he has Chrono. I just have stealth and gun. Actually, he doesn't have double gun now. He actually made sensor upgrade, which gives him vision radius, which means stealth is not relevant. Now, it does mean he doesn't have the increased DPS. He doesn't have double rate of fire. But actually making the sensors is nice. It's still slightly ahead on mass. We have finished Tech 3 land. First brick on the way. There's random fervors here killing my stuff, which is sad. Don't know actually why they're even there. I really need air staging for my inties. They've been flying around constantly. He's still not going Tech 3 land either. He's just gonna move in. We have PDs here, So we can actually the PDs will do well, to be honest. Unfortunately, shields are going to come in. But like, PDs are going to pay for themselves. A little bit. But yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? It's another expansion down. He actually managed to kill all the mechs here. Depressing. Very depressing. So messy. Should not be taking this kind of damage. Now, we're going to try make a play here. We have, at the moment, no Tech 3 units except for this one. And guess what we're going to do? Fly directly over an engineer. And I don't think he saw him. And there's a scout here. I actually knew that there were scouts flying around here, by the way. So, I know that there's some kind of scout patrol order here. This is a brick on a Tech 1 transport. And he has swift winds. So I wait. And hopefully I avoid showing up on the radar. Almost entirely dodged it. But only almost. Oh god. Yeah, he doesn't see it. And actually now he has Tech 2 radar. Jesus. But he's completely focused on the front right now. We've made some PDs, but guess what? We made them too far forward. So he's just going to walk over them. And we can't use our units in front to defend against him because he just will stun them. And why no deceiver? Well, for one, I do have deceivers. I have 3 of them. For 2, he has sensors. Brick drops. We don't decide to drop it way in the center of the base. There's no need to risk it. We have no intel. And yeah, we have to just stay back from the chrono upgrade. If we had made the PDs in our own base here, they would have gotten more value. Over here, they kind of just got killed. Talk about the transport. It's a Tech 1 transport. I don't have Tech 2 air. So we are getting value with the ACU, but the thing is, Cybern units are the worst units for getting stunned because Cybern units are high rate of fire. So you just lose so much DPS. Like, look at, yeah, the rhinos just get ruined by. Oh my god. Yeah, we won air anyway. The Flex have a lot of kills. In his base, we've arrived, we killed the T2P gen, and now we're going to kill the Tech 2 land HQ, but is it going to matter? We're down to 4,300 HP. He's at 10,000 now. Every one of my units is targeting him, while they're not stunned at least. He's going after my units, or my ACU as well, and we both go down. And we draw. Last chill with the WTF. I'm not sure why WTF. I mean, did he? Maybe he thought he was going to win for sure. His health did drop super fast, but we had so many rhinos and shit left. Even if they're unstunned for 2 seconds, there's going to be so much DPS there. Didn't see the brick. Oh, this brick. Now, I thought you did actually see it because I saw the shield gen coming across. I thought it was like gonna try and block the shots. The hoplites seem fine. Yeah, the hoplites did better than the rhinos. But I'm thinking like, if I had committed sooner with the units, maybe I would have survived and won the game. Basically, at this point, that was the second game of our series, and it was a draw. I won the first game. Yeah, he had no OC. He only had 1 PG and he paused everything as well. The brick was epic. But, yeah, so I won the first game, which took like an hour. I drew this one, and at that point I didn't have time to continue playing the tourney, so I had to forfeit. So this was very sad end to the tournament for me. Not that you're conceding the tournament is what made me avoid Nexus, right? I didn't really know that. Like the ins and outs of how the Swiss system works. I mean, realistically, you shouldn't have a Swiss system with so few rounds. It just doesn't. Well, Swiss in general is dodgy as a system. Honestly, it's a lot of issues with it. But especially with such few rounds, it's kind of fucked. But this was an interesting game, although neither of us played fantastically. Pretty incredible that it ends 26 minutes with a draw in my base. If I had E, I would win 100%. Well, what? Would you have just been OCing my commander, I guess? Or what? Because, like, I don't know, but, like, once you pause everything, you're going to have similar E compared to if you hadn't paused stuff and you still had PGen, right? You'd OC units more. Did Chrono stop running? No, it didn't. I was still getting stunned. Well, yeah, I guess I don't know what vet you were at, so I guess you could get a lot of HP from vet. All obsidians are dead, yeah. True. Well, you probably lost, like, as many as there. Like, what are they, 10? You probably lost, like, 15 or 20. From what I saw, wasn't, like, the army was mainly... The army was actually mainly blazes, I thought. So you probably have 150, 200 more power. Drained, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the brick was pretty epic. Climactic end. So tough to stop Chrono, especially once if there's a lot of units in support. Like in that kind of scenario, it's so hard to stop because it's essentially quite even. You don't have any air advantage. You don't really have a unit advantage. It's just so powerful. With especially against rhinos. Especially against rhinos. Yeah, you could. Well, that would have given you a nice bit of. That actually finished upgrading, like as you're moving in. By the way, this Tech 2 radar. Even the first game, if you didn't send the GC in, you could. Yeah, you could have come back there. It's true. That was the exact wrong thing to do. I was so happy when I saw you send that in. And then I saw that I'd accidentally sent my ACU forward. I was like, oh, fuck. But I was fine. I survived. But yeah, that was quite a series. Yeah, it just took, it just took too long, so I ran out of time. So I had to concede after that draw. Which is pretty sad, because I think I could have... I ended up finishing last in the tourney. I think I could have finished... top... Definitely top 4. Maybe... I might have even had a chance at first, like... If Nexus would beat Tex. But yeah. Kind of sad. Hopefully I won't need those points for lots qualification. Cause that would be sad. So Peter, yeah. Still got the naming mod. Gonna have to update it now. We're at the end of the month. Or update the names. Technical question. I lost ETA labels from orders. Never heard of that actually. Heard of losing those. To be completely honest. That's a new one on me. I don't know. Anyone in the chat know? I actually have no idea. Yeah, I guess looking at the interface options would be my first idea. There are so many options in FAF though. It's kind of bloated with the options in it. All right. Well, that's it for today anyway, guys. That's all we're going to check out. Thanks for watching. Technical question. How do I turn off the big sound? Tough one. Tough one. Try deleting game prefs if they come back to... Okay. Just remember to back up the file before deleting. Yeah. Peter. Put that at the start of the suggestion, because if you delete your game prefs without backing up, then God love you. It may not be a fun time, depending on how much you have, you know, on what you've done, and what your hotkeys are, etc. Everyone should have a backup of their game prefs. I'll tell you that. A lot of people have had to remake all their settings. It's not fun. Not fun. Could some mods get rid of ETA levels? I've never heard of that, but it's always possible. Yeah. Anyway. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.